Hello, this is Jameson with Upper Midwest Trail Runners, coming to you with the results of our first annual UMTR Stir Crazy Solo Virtual Fatass. First off, we want to thank everyone who took part in this and had a great time. We had almost 50 people who participated in the activity, and we just had a wonderful time going through and looking at everyone's runs, some really short runs, some really long runs, some crazy loops that people were doing. So we know that when you talk about fat asses, one of the keys to a fat ass is that there's no awards. We get that. However, it's also springtime, and that means spring cleaning, and at UMTR headquarters, we have some stuff we need to get rid of. So we're going to send along some of the stuff that we've got lying around that we hope maybe you'll enjoy having, and that we frankly need to just get out of our basement. So some of the things that we have here, we've got some shirts from Chester Woods that we'll be giving away, a singlet from Chester Woods. We've got some whole bunch of shirts here from Ornery Mule Racing and their Dirt podcast. So we've got some of that we'll be giving away, some headbands here also that we had left over from St. Croix 40, and a whole bunch of stickers, various stickers and stuff that we'll be sending off to folks. So having said that, let's get to the awards. So we had a few different categories that we came up with awards for, and so we want to share those with you. First off, because this was such a short loop, one of the things that you could do with it is you could get creative in the artwork that you created. And if you've heard of Strava art or GPS art, and we want to recognize a couple people for best art. First up, Mr. Charles Halpert, who did this amazing flower design on a ball field while running the ball field and then running the infield to the outfield. And we'll put up a screenshot of that here. It's really fun to look at. And then, of course, our absolute best piece of artwork, Miss Laurel Sipe, who created a giant FU on her FU COVID-19 backyard run. Now, not everybody ran really long loops, and so we want to recognize a couple people who ran about the shortest loop possible, mainly a lot of baseball diamonds is what we mostly found. Gabe Wilson and Cindy Ludwig each clocked in with a loop that was around 0.07 miles in length. And we think, from what we're looking at, we think that those might be the shortest ones in our entire contest here. Duration-wise, we had a couple people who went out there and ran for many, many hours. On the men's side, Mr. Brian Cutts was out there for over 5 hours, 5 hours and 19 minutes. And Ms. Ergalone clocked in with 2 hours and 52 minutes, mostly doing hill repeats at a hill at Elm Creek Park, which is frankly just kind of crazy. And then we also want to talk a little bit about our oldest runners and our youngest runners, because if you're running with people in your family, maybe you're running with the kids, and so we want to recognize Mr. John Mathey and Ginny Reed, who are we believe our two oldest runners in our Stir Crazy Fat Ass. And for our youngest runners, we actually have I believe Carl Reed, Robin Reed's son, and then the Lone children joined in with their mom Erica for some of the loops out there. Then we have a couple special recognition awards. One of them we're calling the most home runs, and obviously baseball themed. We're giving this one to Mr. Troy Azevedo, who did a whole bunch of loops around a set of baseball diamonds in Minneapolis. And we also special mention to Charles Halpert again, who did that beautiful flower artwork on a baseball diamond where he was going infield to outfield, hitting that home run line multiple times. And then we want to call out a couple people who did marathons at this in this event. And that would be Mr. Brian Cutts, who did a marathon around Deming Hill, so lots of hill mileage in there. And Mr. John Mathai, who I believe was at Reservoir Woods doing most of his running alone there on the single track there, and he also completed a marathon distance. And we also want to once again recognize our sponsors for our race series: Trail Transformation, Performance Running Gym, and Ultimate Health Chiropractic. These are small businesses in our running community that need our support during this time. And we also hope that all of you are finding ways to continue to keep active, continue to get on the trails in a safe way, practicing good social distancing. And we look forward to when we are all able to get back together again for our group runs, our other Fatasses, and our various races that we love to be at. With that, we'll see you on the trails eventually.